The Japanese beetle loves to eat and can leave flowers and foliage in tatters. Dale Kay, though, he's on it for us. He's in Mendota Heights this morning with what you can do to keep those bugs at bay.
G'day everyone. Summer is a great time in the garden. Everything's blooming, but there is one little pest that's doing havoc, and we've got to be careful about how we get rid of him because look in there. It's a beautiful little bumblebee in my rose. Absolutely love pollinators. So sometimes it gets a little tricky spraying for Japanese beetles. So here are some alternatives to using a spray like this one because you've got to be really careful about those pollinators. So firstly, always choose plants or surround yourself with plants that Japanese beetles don't like. Now roses, for example, are one of those plants that the beetles do like, and I'm surprised that there's not any sitting out here right now. I'm super happy there's a pollinator in there. Also plants like this hollyhock here, Japanese beetles love those as well. So in general, I surround myself with plants that they don't like. That's one easy way. You know, I love hibiscus, but I don't have one on my patio. So the next thing you can do is surround yourself with plants that Japanese beetles don't go for. There's about 300 different types of plants that Japanese beetles love to eat. These ones are an example of plants that they do not like to eat. Hydrangeas, coreopsis, yarrow, even the fall asters, they don't go after them. So do your research when you go out to your favorite local garden shop and choose plants that they're not going to be problems with. And then also there are plants that actually deter Japanese beetle. What a little ripper. Plants like this, any of the garlics or onions, this is an ornamental allium, and even marigolds will deter them. So I pop those around my veggie gardens, particularly around my beans, because Japanese beetles do like to go for your beans a little bit. And with all your food crops, one great thing that you can do, you know, your raspberries, beans, all those sort of things, you can buy a bug netting just like this, and it's ultrafine netting. You can drape that over your veggies, and the Japanese beetles cannot get at them. And then finally, milky spore is something that you can put on your lawn to kill the grubs. The females are actually laying eggs in your lawn right now, and you can catch these in the fall and then again in the early spring. So let's pop up a picture really quick of the Japanese beetle. This is the one that I'm talking about. He's got that kind of coppery kind of body and that emerald green iridescent head, and he does a lot of damage, as you can see there on the leaf. That's the one we're talking about. So if you got him, there's some tips that you can deploy in your backyard without really having to use a spray. Back to you.